Hi everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program 2. Last time on this channel we managed to get ourselves into Mun orbit, which was amazing. So we now have a satellite, remote controlled. We're not making the same mistake as last time. We haven't left a Kerbal stranded up there. So we now have a satellite orbiting the moon as well as a satellite orbiting the Earth. And in this video we are going to prepare to land on the moon. So that is our mission. If I go to the Mission Control Center, we should just have that as our primary mission, to land on the moon. We also have a couple of secondary missions. One is to do a perfect circle around Kerbal, which I think we'll do just to get the easy win there. We'll burn a little bit of fuel doing that, but I think we're going to have plenty of fuel for this mission. We also need to plant a flag within any mare on the Mun. So that means we need to send an actual Kerbal. Now I'm a little bit concerned that if we send a Kerbal to the Mun, we're not necessarily going to get them back. But let's shoot for the moon, literally, and try to do that. We'll try to make a lander that can also take off from the Mun. Okay, nice. Tier 2 is unlocked. We need 230 cents for medium orbital rockets, so we're not going to do that for a little while. Now, I remember when it comes to landing on other planets, once you learn how to thrust and the safe way to do it, it's pretty straightforward and pretty repeatable, but the learning experience is quite a steep curve. So I imagine we'll have a few crashes. We'll try to take saves and reset rather than keep launching from curbing, because that's going to get old pretty quick. Let's start with our orbiter, because that had quite a lot of fuel. It was quite good for getting to the Mun. I think we just need to increase the amount of fuel our various rockets have. 4 boosters should be enough, I think. I want to bring these boosters down to the same level as the outside boosters. Yeah, because we are going to give ourselves another fuel tank here as well. And I wonder if there's a way to see how much delta V there is on individual stages, because that would be really useful. I'd like to know how much delta V my final stage has. But I guess that's probably not implemented yet in this game. We don't need docking ports. We don't need monopropellant. We're just going to land and take off again. We're not going to remote control this thing. We are going to need parachutes though, because our goal is to land back on Kerbin. We want to keep our science station, we want to keep our solar panels just in case. Do we have a heat shield? We do. Okay, that was silly. I put a heat shield on my Mun orbiter even though it's never going to enter atmosphere again, but that's fine. Let's put the parachutes on, just so we don't forget. We're going to have a nose cone parachute. And we are going to have 2 drogues. And we're going to have 2 radial mounted parachutes. Okay. So we should be able to land safely with this. So this stage will get us to the Mun. I might put a ladder on here just so that the Kerbal's got something to grab onto if he's trying to jump back onto the pod from the Mun surface. Oh, the ladder is in the wrong orientation. There we go. So if I put Mun in here, it says I only need 5,120 delta V and I've got 6,672. But even so, I'd like a little bit of play. Oh, hang on, round trip here I need 10k. Okay. Now, I think that delta V calculation is assuming that I keep a constant weight all the way through, which I won't, because I'll jettison these various stages. So it might even be enough, but I would feel better to put another stage in here. Also, we want to check out the skipper engine. The skipper engine is more than twice as heavy as the swivel. It has 4 times, nearly 4 times as much thrust. and it is slightly more efficient in space and in atmosphere. So that's probably a good call, but let's just try a Mun mission with these rockets for now. We'll come back to that. I mean, the Mun's gravity is low. I'm going to try a Terrier engine, and we'll just see. We'll also get a beefier stack separator, because this actually ejects the previous stage, which is quite nice. Alright, we've got parachutes, we've got heat shields, we have got an aerial to communicate with back home, send our science back if we need to. I'm not sure our Kerbal is going to make it back home, so pretty quick and dirty Mun lander. It's probably got enough Delta V to get back. Maybe not. 6,306. The math isn't adding up. We should replace the central stage with a skipper engine, shouldn't we? So we'll put the adapter on here. Get the big fat fuel tank. It's the biggest one we have. That's the right size. What engine is this here? That is a Terrier. So we've got 2 Terriers in here. One to get to the moon, one to get back, essentially. I want to copy one of these. I want to still have a swivel behind this one here. We need more thrust, guys. We've got a lot of fuel, not a lot of thrust. How do we solve that? Do we just tack on some boosters to help? Maybe we do. I mean, this gives us 593 thrust, whereas Skipper gives us... Yeah, they give us much more thrust actually than the swivels. But why not? Okay, let's just try it. Let's just try and stick a couple of boosters on here. Just see what that gives us. Sort out the aerodynamics again. I always look on thermal because it looks like a nose cone. It's actually over here. Right, now we should have quite a lot of thrust. I'm not sure what will last longer actually, the solid fuel boosters or the swivel engines. But it's a long old rocket. How much Delta V have we got now? 9k. So, what do I do here? You need a little bit more Delta V and a little bit more thrust, which logically tells me I should use more solid fuel boosters. So, maybe that's what I do. Right, now we've got 1.4 thrust to weight, and our Delta V is probably around 10k now. 10.1k. Doesn't really give us any play. But again, I don't know how it calculates Delta V. I think that once all this goes, we actually have tons of Delta V. Because we've made it so long. We lose a lot of weight after the first couple of stages. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just go for it. We're probably going to have to reset the staging. Because I've probably got it wrong somehow, but... Oh wow. We didn't like that. It did not like that. Okay, it immediately collapsed. Interesting. I guess because they're different thrusters on at the same height, so I should probably use these crane things. Don't know what you call them. Gantries. That's what they're called. Should probably use some gantries. Do I have gantries yet? Do I have them unlocked, or do I actually have to go and unlock them? Oh, I don't have landing struts. That's a good point. I need landing struts. I mean, technically you don't, at least not in KSP1 you didn't need them. But let's just use them. Let's just be sensible. Put some landing struts on this thing. Is that alright? I think so. They're not actually aligned, but okay, we'll try that. We'll see. Yes, we've got gantries to begin with. Fine. Then we fire like a ton of rockets, and then we gradually get rid of them as they run out of fuel. Don't know whether the staging is correct, but I'm just going to try this. I just realised I did that wrong, because it's just going to drop them and not start the engines. Oh no, I did move them in time. Okay, good. Right, so the solid boosters are burning up faster than the others, which is good. Right, we're going to slowly push ourselves eastward, which is confusing me because I've rotated the nav pole. Yeah, this is really confusing me now. I've tilted south. Go on. Let's go back to the VAB. Yeah, okay, because I rotated the whole vessel, instead of pressing D to go east, it was like W to go east, and I wasn't ready for that. So I tilted south instead of east. I wish there was a way you could see what your orientation would be. The only reason I rotated it was because of the stripes as well. So that's fine. We want to rotate this. We want it like that. Okay. And then we need to move all of our ladders, which is kind of annoying. Fine. I like the deployable ladders, but I don't think we got those yet. Okay. Okay, I think we've fixed that now. So, but the parachute might be in the way of the door, so we'll just move the drogues and the parachutes around again. Right, let's try this again. Okay, let's just go for it. This stage seems too big, but we'll see. Alright, let's get a bit of velocity going, and then we'll start to tip. I'm hoping that when our boosters run out, we'll still have enough thrust to keep going. We might come crashing back down once we drop the boosters. Let's see. Oh, I didn't check the moon orbit. But never mind, we can just time warp to get the right angle on the moon. I don't even know what the right angle on the moon is, to be honest. Okay, that's going to start to tip just slightly now. I really don't want to completely tip over, so I'm just tapping D just a couple of times. Just want to get us vaguely in the easterly bias. I don't even want us to really face east. So we get rid of these boosters at least. I think that's enough. I don't want to tip any more than that. I can turn on prograde if I do start to tilt over. As in, turn on the SAS to point prograde. I think that's fine. Just hit D a couple of times again. Just to try and keep us biased slightly towards the east. Oh, we can do some science apparently. Not sure why. Let's transmit that. Why not? Don't know whether we want to do this concentric orbit thing, to be honest. Not concentric, circular orbit. We've got a mission to get around 100-kilometer orbit around Kerbin, which is easy money or easy science, but I'm worried we'll waste a lot of fuel doing that. Maybe we could do it on the way back if we've got enough fuel. That's a good idea. Alright, we're now 500 meters per second, 12 kilometers above the surface. So we're going to start to tilt a bit more. Right, let's get rid of these boosters. Oh, don't hit me. Oh, that was close. Right. And now we got the boosters gone, just the swivels engaged as well as these big engines. Then that helps us with our turning. The swivels are going to run out before the big ones do. So my staging is actually correct. That was more luck than anything. Right, we're going to start to tip over now. Because our apoapsis is already at 45 kilometers. We really want to be going around 90 degrees, to be honest. We're nearly out of the atmosphere already, which is good. Right, we're going to aim for 90. 90 degrees, even, not 90 kilometers. Okay, we are looking pretty good. 90-degree angle, apoapsis is high. I'm tempted to cut the throttle. What's our turn looking like? We'll wait, let our apoapsis get to 70 kilometers and then we'll cut the throttle. We're now in space, so let's try and get a bit more horizontal velocity. 70 kilometers, okay. We're going to burn a lot of fuel now. I should have just kept my thrusters on, to be honest. Seconds. Come on. Come on, get yourself aligned. And once the swivels kick in, we'll get a lot more stability. Come on. Let's just do it now. Okay, let's bring that periapsis up. We got like a minute 30 of burn now. Yeah, I shouldn't have stopped burning. I learned that quite early on to just keep burning at the early launch, but I always second guess myself and think, nope, turn the engines off for a bit. Maybe I should have added a reaction wheel because we turn so slowly now. And now that we don't have our swivel engines, it's not going to help once we turn the thrusters on. Okay, 70 kilometers. We are orbital. Nice. Right. And then we need to get ourselves on an intercept course with the Mun. Let's get our angle sorted first of all. So we need to go up. So 1 second burn, okay. Get ourselves oriented before we time warp, because our orientation shouldn't change because we're just going straight up, so the orbit won't affect us. Actually, I probably want to... I've got two options here. I can bring us out of orbit and jettison, so that this debris lands on the planet. So I think the two pieces of debris there, I jettison them before I circularize the orbit. So I think these two pieces of debris should gradually burn up in the atmosphere, but this one won't now because I'm circularized. Like I said in previous videos, I do want to try and clean up after myself in space. I might not always succeed, but I would like to at least try that. Okay, let's just warp to the maneuver. Once we start burning, we'll get a bit of energy back. I'm just going to burn a tiny bit just to get some electricity. Oh, hang on, we do have energy now, so we can. Can get into the right orientation. It's just I'm fat and slow, I think. What's my angle at now? 0.1, okay, that's fine. We're just so slow to turn, that's the problem. We're nearly at our apoapsis, so let's just point retrograde. Come on, you can do it. So I'm going to get the periapsis below 60, and then I'm going to stage, and then I'm going to increase. Tempted to just do it now, to be honest. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay, now we stage. Then we turn. The rocket should be a bit more maneuverable now. We're not quite at our apoapsis yet, which is good because then we can increase our periapsis again. Yeah, it does feel a lot more maneuverable. It's still slow, but it's much more maneuverable than it was. Now the thrusters on, we got a bit more control. 69, 70, there we go, okay, very nice. And we can bin the maneuver node. We gotta create a maneuver plan here, and we want to go up, maybe? No, down, I think. We're just trying to orient ourselves down now, so when we get to the next node we can correct when we overshot a little bit. I think next ship has to have reaction wheels, because this is just silly. How slow this is getting. It's a turn. Here we go. Let's correct this angle. Should only need a tiny bit of thrust. I'm just going to throttle the thrust ever so slightly, just to try and get that 7 delta V. So what's our angle now? 0, perfecto. Right, let's save this, because this is a pretty good start for a moon landing. Orbiting 1, because we are orbiting. Why not? Now then, we want a moon collision. Not collision. Moon capture. Okay, that's pretty good. Ooh, that's interesting. 10 kilometer periapsis, so we'll be going too fast at that point. But what we can do is, if we don't hit anything, we can maneuver from there. That's the plan anyway. What I'm thinking is, it would be great to just try and land from that, but we'll be moving at such a high velocity we'll probably just crash. So I'm going to try and get to that sort of 10, 11 kilometer mark, hoping it's not too low to hit a mountain or something, which I don't think it will be. And then from there we can burn to get into orbit, and then we'll gradually land. Got 1.7k delta V, which I think should be fine. Alright, let's just try this. So we are going to want to point towards our maneuver. We're still super slow to turn, I think, which is a shame. Get myself into position before I time warp. We are on our maneuver node now, so let's time warp. We're in the right orientation. We just got to try and get to our maneuver point, which is over here. Okay, we got a 1 minute 30 burn. We're already in the right orientation. Speed up time just ever so slightly. Just fiddling around with my targets now. Yeah, target's the moon, good. 25 seconds till we burn, speed up time ever so slightly. Okay, 5 seconds. Here we go. Now we got 1 minute 30 of this, so we'll just be patient. Hopefully we'll get into a good moon orbit here. So we're going to be orbiting counterclockwise, looking from this direction, or anti-clockwise, as we say in England. And I believe the space station is orbiting the moon clockwise. So we won't be able to dock with it, but that's fine. We don't want to. We just want to try and get to the surface. Now we do have a lot of fuel left in this stage, and I would kind of like to use that to bring us back if possible. Oh, they do have 2 more engines, so this is the Reliant on here? Oh, this is a swivel. Oh, okay, right, so that gives us a lot more maneuverability. I didn't even realise that. And then we got 2 Terriers. So actually, I think we can get rid of this stage before we land on the moon. But we'll keep the 2 terriers. Maybe the 2 terriers was overkill. But we don't have that much fuel in the last 2 stages, that's the problem. But normally 1 terrier and 1 large fuel tank is enough to get you off the moon and back. At least it was in KSP1. So, yeah. I'm feeling not really confident, but I'm feeling pretty good so far. "25 seconds till we stop the burn." And that is a really weird escape angle there. I do want to send a satellite out, actually. We'll get some long-range antennae, and we'll send a satellite to go around the sun or something. Kerbal, I think is the name of the sun in this game. Probably Kerbin, Kerbal, but Kerbal is the sun and Kerbin is the planet. Okay, we're nearly there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, okay. Oh no, I think that worked. Yeah, that worked. We're going to put our maneuver node up here. And we're probably not going to have a lot of time to plan this maneuver. But why can I not plan it? Why can I not create a maneuver node? Create one here, right? Create a maneuver. Oh, because I have to do it up here. Mun periapsis. Okay. Create a maneuver plan. So we need to decelerate. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's a capture. That is a capture. Kilometers. I want to bring this down to about 70 kilometers, and then I want to land. Because that way we'll be going relatively slowly. It's quite an eccentric orbit, but maybe we do 60 kilometers. We'll try and land from that, okay? So that's a 25-second burn. We burn in 2 hours. Okay, let's try it. We need to aim for our maneuver. I'm a bit concerned about actually landing, but hey, practice makes perfect, right? We've now got our maneuver planned, and we're going to fast forward. I think we're now flipping our orbit because of the Mun's gravitational effect, so we're going to decelerate right down and then orbit the Mun from the other direction. I think that's what's going on here. So let's just fast forward a little bit. Okay, we are on target. Start burn in 40 seconds, and we're going to burn for 25 seconds. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We don't have any energy, but we do have thrust to generate electricity, and we have a swivel engine to help us steer, so we are going to be fine once we start burning. Speed up time a little bit. Okay, 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay, we're generating electricity, which is nice. 20 seconds of burn left. We're going to get this capture. This will be fine. Okay. We're captured. Let's just keep going though. We're still at the periapsis, so we want to bring our apoapsis right down. That's okay. Bin that. So 132 kilometers. So we're going to go to here. We're going to bring our periapsis down. What did we say? We said 60 kilometers, didn't we? Okay. Let's go in for the maneuver node again. 59, it's fine, 59 kilometers. Okay. So again, it takes us a while to orient ourselves. But we're getting there. Get to the maneuver orientation. And then we'll warp time to help bring our periapsis down. It's only 2-second burn, so I'm probably going to do it at like half thrust. I don't want to overshoot and crash, because I want to get this periapsis to like 60 kilometers and then bring the other side down to a landing site. It would be nice to land on the light side of the moon as well. Yeah, we're going to be able to do that, I think. It's a bit miserable landing in the dark. So we're nearly oriented correctly. I'm just going to time warp now. 10 seconds till we burn. 40 science points, that's nice. 8 seconds. And remember, we're not going to go full blast, we're going to go about half. I'm going to watch our periapsis like a hawk. Watching on the bottom left here, we want this to be about 60 kilometers. There we go. Okay, very nice. And now we have a maneuver over here. Let's delete this node. We're going to add a maneuver plan. We're not quite at the periapsis there. Let's move this slightly. Oh, I'll delete it again actually, because I accidentally clicked the wrong vector. Here we go, it's better. We're going to decelerate again. We want to get into a land. We want to land from here, I think. Okay, we're in the right orientation. Let's time warp to our maneuver node. Keep mixing up the word node and the word or like direction or orientation. This is the maneuver node, and then the orientation is the way we need to be pointing. 35 seconds, an 8-second burn. Right, let's speed up time ever so slightly. This is the moment of truth. Can we do it first time? I'll be so impressed if we do. Wasn't really expecting this to be successful first time round, but we might just do this. Go. Okay. Perhaps this is 5,000 meters. Minus 371. Okay. We have 2 collision points. Oh no, that's because of the original plan. Fine. Right, so here we go. Saving as to the Mun. We might actually land on the Mun. Oh, I'll be so happy if we do. Okay, I imagine we're going to need to try this a couple of times, to be honest. Oh, we can do more science. Let's transmit it. And I'm going to create a maneuver plan, not to actually use it, but just to get us pointed in the right direction. Ah. We use an electric charge so fast. I think I need to fit batteries on future vessels. So batteries and reaction wheels, we're now at that point in the game where we need to use those things. Okay, let's speed up time a little bit so we get into the sun and start getting some electric charge back. Then we'll use that to pivot to the right orientation. Okay, are we in the sun? slightly, but our solar panels are kind of in the shade, which is a shame. That is a shame, isn't it? Can we manually pivot? Not really. So what height is it? 30 kilometers now. It's actually quite low. Yeah, I think we shouldn't have tried to transmit that science. But that's fine, right? How are we not getting more electric charge from these solar panels? Are they that bad, or are we just at a really bad angle? Okay. Can I manually pilot us? As soon as I turn my engine on, we'll be fine. I'm tempted to do that now, but that's probably a bad call. I'm going to also get rid of this target just because it's one less icon on my navball to confuse me. And I'm going to time warp to the random maneuver node I set just to pass a bit of time. Okay. Let's face retrograde. This is a concern. Tempted to turn my engine on just to get a bit of electric charge. Maybe just ever so slightly. Just to help us turn more than anything. We've got so much fuel to land, but do we have enough fuel to take off again is the question. We do if we keep this stage, certainly, but I'm tempted to jettison this stage. Right, so I'm going to save again to the Mun 2.0, because this is going to take a few attempts to land probably. So save, confirm. Right, let's get below 10 kilometers and then we will start burning, I think. I'm just going to use all the fuel in this stage because I need to get rid of the stage anyway. So let's do that. Oh, let's just check how we, what the keybind is for landing gear. Right, because I don't want to manually click it. I think that could be an issue. Landing gear is G. Great. Let's just check that. Yeah, that works fine. Okay. Here we go. Let's start trying to decelerate. In fact, we've got so much thrust in this rocket. I think we'll be fine. Transmit this science while we got the engine on. Very nice. Oh, it keeps the progress from last time. That's good. Okay, let's cut the thrust a little bit. Because we're going pretty slow now. 86 meters per second. I'm going to take another save. Landing on the Mun. Be confident, you know? Oh, we don't have our struts on the bottom of the rocket, so we definitely need to detach this stage. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just hover us above the ground with it. hard to tell how high the ground is. It says 4 kilometers, but the moon is quite bumpy, so I'm not sure how long until I actually hit the moon. We're actually landing in some kind of a crater, I think, or this might be one of those mares that that mission talked about. I'm going to throttle up just a little bit, try and slow us down, because we're getting quite low now. Okay, now we need to separate. So that's going to explode, which is absolutely fine. The Terry engine does not have so much thrust, so we need to just be careful of that. My landing gear's up here. Okay, so I have a whole stage extra. I think we're going too fast, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're going to crash. Yeah, that was the bang of the other stage landing. Yeah, we're too fast. Oh, it's such a shame. We did so well. Oh, this stage survived, but the rocket didn't. So let's load. Landing on the moon. Okay. The difficulty is just finding out or realizing how high above the land you are and how much you need to burn. But that's fine. That's fine. We knew that would happen first time round. I'm surprised we got this far, to be honest. So let's get a bit lower. Let's delete the maneuver node. Gonna get like 4k above the ground. Oh, is that oh, that's a weird bug. Fine, let's see. Let's see if we survive it. Just gonna try and stay at a constant speed now. Okay, actually we need to slow down much faster. Let's go max thrust. Try and bring our speed down to something healthy. We might actually topple when we land. We'll see. Okay, that was the other stage hitting the ground. Fine. Now we don't want to take off. We want to just keep. We want to land around 2 or 3 meters per second, I think. So we're just going to have to very carefully adjust the throttle. We're going to burn a lot of fuel doing this. We could probably do it more efficiently, but it's first time landing. We want a safe landing, so it's fine. So between 30 and 35. Oh, there you go. 33 thrust is what we need to stay pretty stable. Okay. Let's see if we can land without toppling. I think we'll probably topple. We could still take off if we topple, but it's just very, very risky that we might hit the ground and damage ourselves on the way up. But it's technically possible to recover if we topple over. Bit worried about this glitch here, but hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, we're now going to hit the surface around 5 meters per second. We can thrust up if we need to slow down more at the end. I'm just looking to see how deep it is, because this is a crater. Maybe the ground isn't actually at 0, although I think this is measuring distance from the ground directly below us, so it should be accurate. We've burnt a fair bit of fuel coming down, but we've got a whole stage to spare, so I'm feeling pretty good. Terrier engine looks like it's probably going to be enough to escape the moon. Wow, we can land an ideal speed of like 2 or 3 meters per second. That's nice. We're going to have to adjust our throttle because we might actually start lifting off again. Just adjust between 30 and 33 or 35 just to get a comfortable landing. Here we go, this is looking pretty good. This is looking very neat, hopefully we don't fall over. Yes! Wow. Let's save before we break it. Landed on the Mun. Wow, our first mission. I mean, I know I did have to reload at one point, but our first Mun lander actually landed without issues. That's pretty good. So do some science here. I don't want to send... I could send the science because I'm on the light side of the Mun and I don't really need electrical power to take off because I'm just going to use the thrusters. Although, why am my solar panels generating so little energy? Oh, it's just very slow. Okay, fine. Right, let's EVA. Do some more science. Okay. Now then. Okay. Taking a surface sample, very nice. That's our mission. Is that our missions? Yeah. Land on the Mun. And first dibs. What's that? Plant a flag within any mare. Is this a mare? I have no idea. Okay, let's get a nice picture of us in front of our glitched shuttle. Let's look into the sun. Okay. I mean, the bug makes it look less good, but that's fine. We did it. Right, plant a flag. There we go. First. Oh, you can't do numbers. Weird. First Mun landing site. First Mun landing. Plaque text. One, it's got to be small step for Kerbals. One giant leap for Kerbal kind. Let's say a Kerbal, make it a bit more accurate. Okay, nice. Let's plant this flag. Now there is like a Mun arch, which apparently there was in the first game, but I never found it. Yeah, we've done it. Oh, and our flag isn't displaying. That's not the flag we chose. Okay. Fine. Well, I think that's a good point to finish for the day. We're going to send good old Tim C. Kerman home for a well-deserved rest. We actually landed on the Moon on our first attempt. This is not how I expected today to go at all. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed it, then please like the video, as it does make a big difference. And of course, if you have any tips, requests or questions, or you just want to let me know what you thought of the video, then please do drop a comment below. Looking forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you have a great day.